Hello, I thought I would do a little tutorial on my project that I did for the apple of his eye, Nanda. This is a policy envelope. This is a little covered envelope that I have a stash of these mini envelopes that this could fit a note or a gift card. And I made this little book that has pockets on either side that you could fill. This tag, this is what I thought the card could be because it's on the front. I put it up here and tied it together with baker's twine. That's black and white. This is a pocket that is filled with lots of goodies from my stash. These are my own stamps and that. And then this little pocket, I made a little tag. And with some of her other digitals that I have a pretty big collection of Nanda's things. I made tags. I made these two little like journaling cards or like for prayer. Oh, this way. And then this little pocket. It's like a little library pocket. So I thought I'd take you along with me as we make each thing. I'm probably going to have to make multiple videos for this because they'll be really long and they just won't, it'll take forever to load. So starting with this would be logical, but I'm not going to be logical. I'm going to do the little quickie bits first, and like this and this. So these three are basically the same. Or this one I just kept as a folder and put this paper from a steno book in. So, and then I just stapled it. I did not sew it. I just used my stapler and stapled. These don't have any stapling. They're just covered. So I'm going to set these aside. These are the big full-page postcard printables. And this isn't the entire collection because I've already used some. You can see how beautiful they are. And then what I do is I then print them off at 5x7. So this is 5x7 and this is 5x7. And when they're cut, you have a little 5x7 piece to work with. So we're going to use these right now. And then I'll show you the other things that I have as well. So I'm gonna cut. My trimmer's at a weird angle, so just bear with me. But I'm going to go on and cut both pages. And I'm just lining up my little guide wire to do the cutting, because that's easy peasy. It's faster than scissors. How are y'all today? I've had church. This is Sunday. We have church, and normally I do not do stuff like this on Sunday, but my week has been a little different. My hubby finally got home. He's been gone for quite a few months, and it's good to have him here. So now I get to spend time with him, which is good. All right, so we have these. So these are all, this is our little pile of the 5x7 postcards that I printed out, or envelopes, not postcards. Pardon me. So there you go. So I have this little corner rounder, which I'm going to use, but I'm going to fold this in half first. For this, I kind of like to use my ink because of the little white line that delineates the two different envelopes. So I'm just going to do that real quick. Let's make sure we're actually filming. Okay. Yes, I get quiet. I'm not a big talker to begin with, so just to rattle on about everything is not my nature. However, I will say we got good rain with the little front that blew through, and the weather is absolutely delightful. Okay, so this is going to be our book, this little notebook right here. We're going to do that. So I'm going to round the corners, and then I'm going to cover the inside. Whoops, that wasn't good. There we go. Alrighty, so let's, this is not wanting to go in all the way. Let's get a few pages out of here. I just got 3. Oh, you can tell I drink coffee. Huh. Okay. I'm just going to double check to make sure this is actually, you know, it says 5x7, but, well, that's weird. Okay, well, it's not 5x7, even though that's what I picked. It is a little over 6. So there you go. Whatever. I don't know why that's odd. Oh, that's the 7. Duh. No, it's 5x7. Okay, see, I'm challenged with measurements and math. So there you go. Okay, I'm just trimming off. I know you're probably out of frame a little bit. Okay, I'm just trimming over. So I took off the little white edges and I shortened it to be about 6.5. And I'm going to fold it like this. And that's gonna go, oh, I need to get down more a little bit. So let me cut and then I'll tell you how big, what the measurements are for this. That looks about right. So they are 4 3/4 by 6.5. That work? Yeah. So 4 3/4 for this. 4 3/4 by 6.5. 4 3/4, 6.5. That's what I cut them down to, and they fit nicely in here. So there we go. To back this, I just used another postcard. 1, 2, 3, 4. But I'm gonna use something different for this, only because I may need. That's the one I finished. I may need those ones that I printed off for another part of the project. So I just kind of eyeball it like this so that I can see, and then to me tearing is just as, I think it's a little faster. So I'm just gonna tear. Yep, that's good. And then let's line this up here. And let's fold right there, just at the edge. Okay, save these scraps. So here's my thing about scraps. I will save scraps if I'm working on a particular project, and then once that project's done, they're gone. I don't have a whole lot of room to just store things, and I am certainly not wanting to hoard scraps. I know lots of people keep many of their scraps, and I do, but like once this particular project is done with, what is the deal? Once this project is done, if there's like big chunks of scraps, I'll save those. But if it's just like strips, I'm not gonna do that. Not trying to keep all the things. Y'all. Okay, wow, that was persnickety. Okay, so I'm gonna fold it. And then glue it. So what I like to do is just go on and use a glue stick kind of in the middle, just to give it a little stick. Oh, yikes. And then I glue this down, and it gives me the opportunity to line things up. Use my bone folder. Doesn't look too straight there, does it? And I can fold it. No creases, please. So maybe we need to lift that up a bit. Maybe. Oh no. Okay. It's okay. We're not going to freak out, even though I am kind of freaking out. I think there's some air trapped in there. There we go. Okay. Alrighty. Then I use my Bearly Arts and just go right around the edges, theoretically. There we go. There. There. The Astros play tonight, so we will be watching that game. My mom will be at the game, a little bit jealous about that. But we watched last night, and we'll watch again tonight. So I would not be mad if they went to the World Series again. That was fun. Okay, so you can see that I kind of overshot some of this. It's not going to be perfect. I mean, I guess some people's stuff are perfect. Mine, I do my best, and that's, my best isn't perfect. No, my best isn't perfect. I already know that my best isn't perfect. That's okay. So Nanda, who owns the Apple of His Eye shop, and this goes like that. I'm not going to staple it in, but all you have to do is, oh, this went over. You just, my stapler's not here. It's in another room, unfortunately. And when you cut, if you need to, just go back over and re-ink. No biggie. If you don't want to staple, I mean, you can sew in the signature with embroidery floss, and all you would do is, if you have, excuse my arm, if you have a little awl, I have this awl, just use the lines on the paper. Maybe that's what I'll do. Poke. Oops. Let's get you back where you belong. I should probably use a thingamajig. Here. We'll do that. I don't mind sewing. There. And then come to this side. I'm a lefty, so this is how I do it. There. Put that here. And then you just thread a needle and sew it up. So let's do that. Where are, here they are. So I got this on Amazon. These are large eye needles. It's kind of a long one. Let's see. Let's get a baby one. There, that one. They're large eye needles that this waxed thread can go through. I actually stole this from my husband. He does leather on occasion, and so he has some of this for his leather work. And since he was gone for like 6 months, I thought, you know what, I could use that. So I pilfered it, but I'll give it back to him. And then you go in. And back through. Pull it to where it's taut right here. Not too tight because it'll rip your paper. And then just sew. If you do not have wax linen, you don't have to have wax linen. You can just use a skein of embroidery floss, which Walmart carries skein, like a single skein of embroidery floss. So does Hobby Lobby. And then your book is bound, just like that. It actually looks, you know, a little more vintagey, a little more vintage vibe that way. And when something is this small, it's really no big deal to do that. So here is our first finish. It's the little notebook, which is this notebook. Use the other side. I guess I could use that side, but we'll do this one. Aren't those cute? And then if you have little stamps, like this green part I put there. And then I also found some shop. I don't even know where I put them now. Oh, I'll have to find the shop. Look at this. She does stamp ribbons. Is that not the coolest thing? And so if you wanted, you could clip that off and glue it down. This is Italian, and I think this is Italian. So let's just do that. I like that green. I'm going to keep it on the backing, which is fabric. But I'm going to glue it down. It says Washington, but I'm gonna go up here. We're gonna do that. And then I'm gonna use this Aleene's Turbo Tacky glue, just because it's a little thicker. I'm gonna do that for this fabric, and then I'll use the Bearly Art. I'm actually gonna use, well, I'm gonna use this. I have my little glue card over here. That came free in the mail. Spread the glue. Put it there. And let's do this on, it says Roma. Let's just do this under here so it doesn't catch and tear. There. And where did my cute stamps go? Did I actually put them back where they belong? What? Did I put, okay, let me see. I put them back in their drawer. Who would have thought? Okay, here's this little, I think I got this on Temu, and then I heard that Temu steals stuff, or the people who make the stuff that's sold on Temu steals stuff, and so now I'm kind of bummed about Temu. So I haven't bought anything in a while. So this is just a little stamp canceller. And I'm going to use the green just because I like that color. And then I don't even do the whole thing. I just kind of stamp over it like that. And then, where can I clean my stamp? Right here. There we go. And then, if I want, there's this one that says arrived. I have a stamp block, but I'm not going to start taking everything out. And I am going to put it here. There we go. So isn't that kind of fun? So there is our notebook. Let's leave these out. Done. So let's move on to the tag, which is that. I'm going to take this off. There's trash, and then I used that one. So where is that one? Let us see. Well, oh, but that would be pretty. This, I'm gonna use this. This is my legit most favorite paper. This is in the English, the Vintage English Garden collection. And this, I just love it. And sometimes my printer will cooperate, and then other times it does a little less bright of a printing, which irks me. But anyway, we are going to do it. And I am just going to tear off a piece. The good thing about Amanda's digitals is they really all coordinate. So that's why I do a lot of other kits in her lineup, because, or in her shop, because they all are just, I think they all look good together. So when I cut or tear incorrectly, like right here, oh, whoops, let's pull you up. Oh, for heaven's sakes. There we go. Okay, so when I do something like that, I will cover that up with some vintage paper. And then it's fine. Before I do that, I just make sure everything is glued down, even these little flippy flaps up here. I don't want anything getting caught up. Okay, so I like to use this vintage music paper, Chopin. And I am going to use this little bit of raggedy edge because I like that. Okay. I will put that on this side. Let's see how long we want it. Right there. Okay. It's really nice having that park playground area finished across the street. Our windows are open right now because it's so nice outside, and all of the kids are just swinging and playing, and it's a multi-use park, so kids with mobility needs can use it, which is really cool. Okay, so I did not back it, so I'm not going to back this. But I did use, you know what, I thought that was my tape, but it's not. It was Nanda's tape, but I did use a stamp. So where'd my stamp ribbon go? Did I put it back? I did. Let's see. It's German, French, the United States, Italiana. Let's stick with our Italian theme. Okay. I guess you could take off this part, couldn't you? So after this, after we make the other two little booklets and tags, I'm going to stop, and then I'll make another, oh look, is that going to come off? It is. Well, all right then. And let's smush these holes back down. Yeah, you can hardly tell. There we go. And let's do, what do I have? I have this oxide brown. Let's do the oxide brown. There we go. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. I am going to punch. Ooh, goodness sakes. There we go. And here is my much loved black and white. And then I tied it up here just because I don't know why. I just liked it. That's why. And then let's do, so on this one, the tag came rounded, but I'm going to go on and round these anyway because I kind of like the way it looks. There we go. And then if you want to do a little ink, you can. If you don't do it because it's your journal. Okay, there we go. Tag. Okay, so these are the things we've made so far. It is these, and I just saw something. I need to show you what I got at Daiso and back to school. So I got this, and I just do a little number, and let's do this one too. Little number, just because I don't know, I like it. So this is a little Daiso stamp. It actually has Japanese characters on it, which I don't know what that means, but it makes kind of a cool little extra bit. Okay, done. Let's, oh, I'm so bad about this. Okay, let me get all this trash. Let me check the time. Where's my trash? Oh. 35 minutes. All right. We're gonna do these, and then we're gonna stop, and then I'll move on to another video, just so they're not excruciatingly long. So these are, where are they? Right here. So these are the tags I used. These have brighter colors. It might be that I used a different paper. It's really the paper, it's not your ink, or it's your printer acting up, which can be a problem. Okay, so we used one. Two. Three. Alrighty. Don't need that. We're going to cut this off. These are super easy. It's basically already done for you. If you have vintage books, you can use that for your backing. I scored 4 books at Goodwill that, this is kind of, at Goodwill of music. A little, I don't know what they were called. I guess they were, you know, for people who were learning to play the piano. And the educational series, and it had 4 books. Each book was $3. So I got all 4 because I know I'm going to use it. Okay, here we go. So all we need to do, I want this little bit down here to fold up. Like right there. And there. So that's what I'm gonna have be my bottom. I'm just gonna use the glue stick. And then I can always go back. This is really a very faded print from my, I'm not really happy with it. You can see the difference on this one. I even cleaned my printer heads. That one is nicer than that. But anyway, we're gonna use it because I printed it. You need to find out when whatever paper you use. This is Red River paper. You need to find out for your particular printer what setting you need to use when you print, because there are specific settings. So for me, it looks best on plain paper setting. If I do like premium presentation matte or even presentation matte, it's almost, it's so vibrant that it kind of, it would just all look like red. There would be no delineation. So that's not what you want. So, yeah, papers can be different like that. So you just need to, test out your printer printing the same image at different settings. And also, you know, if you just use the, I know my head's probably getting in here. It'd probably be nice if I moved it this way so I could see it. Duh. Okay. Here is this. Okay, so I'm gonna just cut it up here because obviously I didn't get them lined up as well as I thought I did. So our football game on Friday was a very big, disappointing loss. I mean, we lost big. And I mean, I don't even know what to say. It hurt. Let's put it that way. It hurt. And I'm sure the guys are gonna have a talking to, if they haven't already. Even though it is a game, they do have, you know, a responsibility to know their plays and execute their plays. And if they're not executing their plays, then I can understand why the coach would be a little irritated when you practice all week. But it was bad. So this is kind of brittle paper, so I really don't, because it just tore. I just tore it right there. So we're going to fold it up like that. Pull it down. There's one. None of this really takes a long time. And like for me, these tags were already sized, so I didn't have to even come up with, you know, what the sizes are. However, I will measure them for you. So they are, let's see, 4.5 inches long by 2.5 inches wide. So the floral part is 4.5 inches long by 2.5 inches wide. And I don't really measure the backing. I just eyeball it to what I want it to look like. So if you don't have any pre-printed tags, like in a digital kit that you already own, just cut a 4.5 by 2.5, so 4.5 long, 2.5 wide, and make your tag out of whatever paper you do have. There we go. So let's get this trash cleaned up. And then, so what I did on these is I used this is not 1 inch, and it doesn't say how much it is. I'll check. This paper I got at Hobby Lobby. It is sketching paper in their art section, but you can get in big sheets. And this one was 99 cents. So it's not as thick as like craft cardstock because it's sketching paper. If you have cardstock that's this color, just use that. I just don't. So there you go. Do that, that, and then because I was being persnickety, I guess, not persnickety, detailed, I wanted to find the middle of, to the best of my ability. I'm not. So I have these little dots at half and these little dots at half, and I just kind of put a dot there. I mean, that's as close to center as I'm going to get. So I just do that, this part right here. That's why I like this mat. It's really a quilting mat. I do sew, but not near as much as I paint or craft. And that, easy peasy lemon squeezy. And then I glue it up. Well, actually, I even lined this up. Because when the hole is punched and it's not in the center, drives me bonkers. So, yeah. That's the one thing that I try to be a perfectionist about. Okay, so this line is the middle-ish, closest to middle. Oops. And I just try to make sure that dot is lined up with the line just by eye. I'm not using my ruler. And then let's do this one. That is not a straight line. I'll have to fix that. And then after this, I'm going to stop and then I'll start another one. Okay, so there we go. Now, I have several hole punches that I use. This is, I'm pretty sure this is an 1/8. And I just get right over the little dot. That's fairly close, not really. That's better. That's better. And then I used this polka dotted sari silk that I have. I used crinkle seam binding from My Scrap Cabin. And I used my tiny attacher with some of this black and white checked ribbon. And it's just, you know, through the holes. So I'll be right back.